amigos, my name is Bea and today I am doing the Goodreads Book Tag. So I have only just found out that this tag is a thing. I will link the original below if I can find it. I'm not actually sure who did it first. I have found a couple blogs and I found a couple people who've done it on YouTube, but I haven't found the original. I will find out who did it and link it below, so it will always be down below if you're interested. So this tag has 11 questions. They are all about Goodreads and books and all of the lovely things that we like here on BookTube. So let's get into the questions. Question number 1 is, what was the last book I marked as read? As we're going by Goodreads, the last book I marked as read was Witch's Pyre by Josephine Angelini. I did talk about this in my September wrap up, so if you want to hear more about this book then go and check out that video. I will link it in the description and it will have a little tag up here. So far I have always been quite good at keeping up to date with when I finish books, like as soon as I close them, going on Goodreads, saying I've read it, trying and giving them a star rating. So far I have said that I've read all of the books that I've read, so fingers crossed that I can keep it up. So the next question is, what am I currently reading? And for that I have two answers. The first book that is on my currently reading shelf is Even the Darkest Stars by Heather Fawcett. This was the book in my last Fairy Loot unboxing, so if you want to go and check that out then go and check out that video. It will be in the description and it will have a tag card thing. So this is the book that I'm currently reading. I am filming this on Wednesday, so I started reading this book on Sunday, and I'm that far in. I'm on page 291. I have been working as well, so I've not been spending all of my time reading this book, but this is the book that I am currently reading. My Goodreads also says that I am currently reading Empire of Storms by Sarah J Maas. This is the 5th book in the Throne of Glass series. I haven't picked up this book in God knows how long. I think since my August wrap-up video. I've got to be honest, I haven't picked this book up in a while. I am on page 283 in this book. And there are 689 pages in this book. If you haven't watched my August wrap-up video then I'd suggest going and watching that video if you want to know why I'm still reading this book even though it's been a couple of months. So the next question is, what is the last book I marked as to be read? And if I am correct, the last book I marked as to be read on Goodreads is Blue Lily, Lily Blue. I think that's just because this is the most recent book that I've bought, so it's like at the top of the books that I am going to be reading soon. I do have all of the Raven Boy series, so I don't know why this came up at the top of my to be read section, but I am going to be reading the entire series soon anyway, so it's definitely to be read. So question number 4 is, what book do I plan on reading next? And so far the plan is to read The Rattled Bones by S.M. Parker. At the moment I'm not quite sure if I'm going to read this one next or if I'm going to delve into another book before I read this one, but I'm definitely going to be reading this one in the next couple of days, so after I finished Even the Darkest Stars obviously. But yeah, this I think is going to be the next book that I read. Question number 5 is, do I use the star rating system on Goodreads? So far I do. There are a couple books that I haven't given star ratings for just because I haven't had time just to put them on there, but so far I have given most of the books I've read a star rating. If I haven't yet, it's probably because I've only just read it and finished it, so that's the only reason I wouldn't use the star rating. I find the star rating so helpful because it gives an overall tiny review of what other people have thought about the book, and based on those kind of tiny reviews I can kind of see if I'm gonna like the book or not. So I really like the star rating system on Goodreads. I find it really helpful when I'm trying to find a book that I want to read next. So question number 6 is, am I doing a 2017 reading challenge? And The answer is yes and no. I only started using Goodreads in July, so I was already halfway through the year when I started my challenge. So therefore I've only put on that I'm going to read 50 books this year, even though I have read probably over that by now anyway. So far on my reading challenge I have read 24 books, and that is since the beginning of July. So I am very, very happy with the amount of books that I've read so far this year. Even The Darkest Stars will make it an even 25. So I am almost halfway through my reading challenge, and I'm almost certain that I will be able to finish it within the year. Next year, 2018, I'm probably going to up that to 100 books in the year, just because I'll have the whole year to complete the challenge. So I am very excited about my next year's reading goals. So question number 7 is, do I have a wish list? And for this I kind of want to say yes and no. No, I don't have a Goodreads wish list, because I've got a shelf where I've put all of the books that I don't own yet, but they're not books that I'm definitely wanting to read now. Like, they're not books that I absolutely need to read at this moment in time. So I wouldn't call it a wish list, it's just kind of like books that I'd in the future maybe like to get. On Amazon I do have an Amazon wish list, so that is always linked in my about section and in the description below. So go and check out the books that I want to buy soon. No one is ever in any way in any obligation to buy me books. I don't have a PO box or anything that you can send them to me, so there's like no point anyway. But yeah, never ever, if you see that I have a wish list, feel like you have to buy or send me anything. It's just there for you to see what I'm planning on buying soon or wanting to read soon. That's it. End of. So question number 8 is, what book do I plan on buying next? And there is a couple of Amazon orders that are currently going through the system. So I'm going to say that the next book I am planning on buying is one that is already technically coming to me at the moment, and that is the Grisha trilogy. But they are by Leah Bardugo, and I'm very excited for them to arrive. They should be here tomorrow, so very exciting. I've also got about 30 other books I think on the way, so I think the next video on here will be a huge haul unboxing video, so look out for that. I'm very excited. Question number 9 is, do I have any favourite quotes? And there are only 2 that come to mind when I think of this question, and that is Pride and Prejudice, Mr. Darcy, I love you most ardently. So my second favourite quote has to be from Dumbledore, and that is, happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light. I am very obsessed with that quote. It definitely brings me joy whenever I hear it, or it always gives me a bit of motivation when I'm feeling a bit run down. So those are definitely my 2 favourite quotes of all time. I actually really want to get most ardently tattooed on my collarbone, because Mr. Darcy is like the ultimate book boyfriend. He is my favourite. Pride and Prejudice is probably one of my favourite classic novels of all time. So well done, Jane Austen. I love you. So question number 10 is favourite authors, and before I read about this tag I didn't actually know that you could say you had favourite authors on Goodreads, so I haven't actually said who my favourite authors are on Goodreads, though I think I might do that now that I know you can do it. But so far my favourite authors of just in general are J.K. Rowling, Sarah J. Maas, Jane Austen, Jennifer L. Armentrout is definitely up there, and a few others like Charlaine Harris and Stephanie Meyer, because they are the people that brought me into the reading realm. So definitely those authors are my all-time favourites. And the last question is, have I joined any groups? And the answer is no, because I've only been on Goodreads for a couple of months, so I haven't really dug in my little toes to all that there is on Goodreads. I've kind of only stuck to like what I know. I definitely want to join groups on Goodreads, so link or comment down below the groups that you are in and I will go and check them out. And if you are on Goodreads, then add me. My link will always be in the description below, so go and add me as a friend on Goodreads. Love bookish friends. So that is my video. That is all of the questions of the Goodreads book tag. I really hope you liked this video. If you did, then hit that like button down below and subscribe while you're down there so you don't miss any more of my future videos. I will see you next week with a book haul. Bye!